NBA 2K25 is dying. Or is it? That's what we're going to talk about in today's video, man. This is going to be a doozy, a long one. So make sure to grab yourself a snack, grab yourself a drink, whatever you got to do, man. Lock in for this whole video because I got my notes right here, y'all. We're going over a lot. The community, the VC, the community, the creators, the developers, RNG. All right, so much stuff. Comp versus casual. This is a very, very important video. And let's just call a spade a spade. Okay, there's a lot of yapping going on in this community right now on Twitter, on YouTube, especially on Reddit. There's a lot of yapping. There's a lot of opinions flying back and forth, yada, 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 blah, 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 y'all. And so I'm asking you guys in this video, let's just be honest. For 1 second, for 1 minute, for one video, let's just be honest about this game, about ourselves. Okay, we're taking accountability for ourselves. We're taking accountability for the game. Let's just be honest, man. We're all men here. All right, I'm assuming if you're watching this video, if you play 2K, you're a man or you're a young man. I mean, there's a couple females, in this community, but the majority of us are men. So let's speak like men when it comes to this topic. Okay, you guys see I had to bring out the face cam. I pull out the face cam for important videos, y'all. This video is that important. I had to throw on some professional, you know what I'm saying? So like this video, y'all. Watch the whole thing through. And first things first, you guys know the verse of the video. This is Mark chapter 9, verse 23. Jesus said unto him, if thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. And straightway the father of the child cried out and said with tears, Lord, I believe. Help thou mine unbelief. Okay, that's in Mark chapter 9, y'all. There's a lot of people in this community that are struggling with unbelief. All right. From a spiritual level, there's a lot of people that don't even believe in God, don't even believe in Jesus, y'all. And a lot of people ask me why you push religion, all these videos, blah, blah, blah. It's because I was an atheist the majority of my life. So I know exactly what it feels like to not believe, to have that unbelief. So that's why I put in every single video, because I know that following Jesus is more important than playing 2K. It's more important than watching YouTube or playing any other game, anything. There's nothing better you can do with your life than give it to Jesus. And if you haven't given your life to God, you don't even have a life to begin with. You're just a dead man walking. All right, but a lot of people are struggling with unbelief in this community. There's people that don't believe that these devs can fix these issues. People are saying stuff like, every game is going to have flaws. There's always going to be bugs, always going to be exploits. They're really out here defending a billion-dollar company, and they're just glazing it. And that's another thing we're going to talk about, the NDA, the non-disclosure agreements. We're going to talk about stacks and the community manager situation, all this type of stuff, y'all. So make sure to stay locked in for this whole video. So let's go ahead and get right into it. The number one thing that, in my opinion, is killing 2K, it's killing this community, it's killing the developer team, y'all. It's this quote-unquote battle between the community versus content creators versus the developers. And like I said, we're going to take accountability. We're going to have integrity. Let's call a spade here, y'all. Let's just be honest for 1 second. I'm giving y'all my perspective as a content creator, but I also consider myself a part of the community. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a fan of 2K. I've been playing 2K for almost a decade now. All right, I watch everybody's videos. I follow people on Twitter. I'm engaged in content. I like to feel like I'm part of the community as well, but I'm also representing the content creator community as well. And there is a rift, a gap between the community, between the content creators in 2K and the developers that create 2K. And what really opened my eyes to this was the other day when I posted that Super Dex video. Right, if you guys follow me, I'm sure you guys have seen the Super Dex. I'm sure you guys saw that video, especially if you follow me on Twitter. It went crazy on Twitter, y'all. But there's a lot of people in the 2K community who will blame content creators. People were blaming me for posting that. People are saying, wow, if you're trying to ruin the game, oh, you suck at the game. If you're bad at the game, just say that. You have to glitch and exploit the game, blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of yapping, like I said, man. So whose fault is it? Let's call a spade here, y'all. Let's be honest. Is it my fault for playing the game in a way that it was designed to play? Or is it the developer's fault for making an exploitable, cheesy game? This is a tweet that I posted on Twitter the other day as well. People love to say, oh, content creators, you guys are ruining the game. You guys take accountability. As soon as the game drops, all you guys want to do is post videos, game-breaking dribble moves, game-breaking build. How I just broke the game with this build. And so I'll admit, as a content creator, yes, we do try to find stuff like that. The glitchy moves, the best meta moves, yes, we try to find stuff like that for sure. But if the game was designed correctly, it would be unbreakable. A lot of that goes over y'all's heads. Yes, there's always going to be a meta. There's always going to be a cheese. There's always going to be an exploit. All right, but is it our fault for using the stuff in the game? Or is it the developer's fault for creating an exploitable, for creating a broken game with broken gameplay mechanics? And I always say this, if you guys watch my videos, if you guys pay attention to what I say in the comments, I say that the community, the content creators, maybe we have like 10% of the blame. The 2K community, the people that play 2K and they want to load up in super decks and meta, glitch, dribble, all that type of stuff. Yes, we have a small part of the blame. Because no, you don't have to play this way. You don't have to play cheesy. You don't have to play exploitative. Okay, so maybe 10% of the blame is on us. Maybe 10%. But 90% of the blame, the vast majority of the blame, goes on the development team, on the executive team, for creating a broken, exploitable product. Does that make sense? Like, let's be honest here. Like I said, we're going to talk like men, okay? Somebody commented, they were like, if the ATM machine is broken, you still shouldn't steal money out of it. And so I agree. You know, if I go to the bank and the ATM machine is broken, just handing out free money, yes, you shouldn't steal money. You shouldn't steal it, right? But also, from the bank's perspective, if you're putting a broken ATM machine out there, what do you think's going to happen? What do you think's going to happen, Ronnie 2K, Mike Wang, Evan, LD, the Czar? What do you guys think is going to happen when you release a product that is broken, that is a beta test, that is half-assed? And I'm sorry for cussing y'all, but if you can't handle a little bit of criticism, Mike Wang, you need to step down from your position. All right, Mike Wang doesn't even play 2K. He doesn't even engage in the 2K community. He doesn't even engage on Twitter. And like I said, I can understand as a content creator. I know exactly what it's like, Mike Wang, to get hateful comments, to get people crying at you in the comment section, calling you out your name in the comment section. I get it. But you have to have thicker skin, bro. You got to be a man. All right? Part of being the head gameplay developer of 2K is going to come with criticism. Part of being a content creator is going to come with criticism. Part of doing anything in life, you guys, is going to come with some amount of criticism. And so if you can't handle the heat, get out the kitchen. All right? If you can't handle people criticizing you on Twitter, online, step down. It's really that simple. Excuse me for 1 second, y'all. I am a little bit under the weather, you know what I'm saying? But this video was too important. I had to go ahead and record it for y'all, man. The next thing we're going to talk about is RNG, SBMM, skill-based matchmaking, engagement optimized matchmaking, dynamic difficulty adjustment, the slingshot effect. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me. 100% for a fact, there is the slingshot effect in the game. There is momentum in the game. There is RNG. There is engagement optimized matchmaking in the game. 100% there is. If you guys don't believe that 2K would incorporate systems like that in their game, Either you're not good enough at the game to see it, or you're too ignorant about this company. And not even just 2K, y'all. 2K is following Call of Duty. Call of Duty has been implementing engagement optimized matchmaking. It has been implementing all types of patterns, dynamic difficulty adjustment, bots in the lobbies. Yeah, we're going there, y'all. Like, I know you guys saw that in Call of Duty. Now they have bots in Warzone. It's not going to be too long from now when they start having bots in 2K. There's already bots in the rec, but wait till you load up with bots in the park, with bots in the theater. I'm telling you, these companies will do anything to keep people on the game, to keep you buying VC, to keep you buying microtransactions, y'all. And it all comes down to money. Let's call a spade a spade. Like I said, it all comes down to money. The reason that RNG exists is because it artificially keeps the games close. And this is what I mean by the comp versus casual debate. Why do you guys think stuff like low risk is in the game? Why do you think, even though the past 2 years we've been on green or miss 2K, why do you think they took a step backwards and allowed people to hit whites? It's so that little Timmy, the 5-year-old kids, man, hopping on the game, it's so that Timmy 2 thumbs, Timmy 1 thumb, you know what I'm saying? The bumps at the game, it's so your grandpa and your auntie can hop on 2K and they can hit a shot. All these low risk mechanics, all these RNG, engagement optimized mechanics, it's so that bad players can feel good about themselves, and it's so good players don't get too good at the game. Alright, so it's holding the good players back and it's propping the bad players up to make it kind of even. That's the whole point of RNG, and it's not just in shooting, y'all. I'm sick of people saying it's RNG shooting, RNG dribbling. Man, this whole game is RNG. It's RNG everything. It's engagement optimized matchmaking everything, from the shooting, the dribbling, the rebounding, the block shots, the layups, going out of bounds, y'all. It's RNG everything, even from catching the ball. Everything in this game is affected by the slingshot effect. Even Ronnie 2K was saying it. He wants to act like it was a joke, man. Ronnie 2K, you are a joke. The joke is on you, bro. Defending this game as a grown man. Your whole thing is Ronnie 2K. That's the joke. Okay, he wasn't lying when he said that, y'all. There really is the slingshot effect in the game. There really is engagement optimized matchmaking in the game. And like I said, it's not just 2K. It's not just shooting. It's not just dribbling. It's all throughout the game. And it's all throughout multiple games now. It's in Call of Duty. It's in FIFA. It's in Madden. People are saying it's in PGA. Alright, it's in MLB The Show. There's RNG in FIFA. In MLB The Show, it's RNG when you're swinging your bat. Alright, all this type of stuff exists so that these casuals, they stay on the game. They stay buying the season pass. They stay buying VC. You know what I'm saying? The comp players, the real dedicated players, we're always going to spend money on 2K. The people that are playing Pro-Am and Proving Grounds, we're always going to make builds. We're always going to be engaged in the game, right? But what the engagement optimized matchmaking system does is it keeps the casuals more in the game. It gets more casuals to buy the game. It gets more casuals to spend money on VC. That's the whole purpose of these systems, y'all. And I did the math one time in one of my previous videos. If you make all 15 builds and you spend 150 on the VC packs for the best value, and you make all 15 builds, all 99 overall, you're spending $2,250 just on players, just on 2K25. It's not counting boosts, it's not counting cosmetics, it's not counting the season pass, it's not counting gravity ball, it's not counting my team. Alright, my team is where they really make money. That's where they really get in your pockets, my casino. But we're talking about spending over 2K on 2K every year, and then in 2 years they shut the server down and you can't even play on those builds anymore. Alright, so that's what we're talking about here when it comes down to money, when it comes down to SBMM, engagement optimized matchmaking. It's all about the Benjis, y'all. It's so that they can milk your pockets for as much as they possibly can. And that's why I always encourage you guys, if you're gonna play 2K, make content, be a content creator, at least get something back out of this, man, because that's part of why I started making content. Was like, yo, I'm spending a lot of time on this game, a lot of money on this game, I gotta start getting a reward back from it. Okay, and a lot of people, like I said, you're just playing 2K at a negative. And what we're about to talk about is I see a lot of people, they say, oh, Waff, if you hate the game, if you hate 2K, why do you still play it? Well, here's your answer. I love basketball. I love basketball. I love playing basketball. I love watching basketball. I love learning about basketball. It's my favorite sport. I love basketball. But I hate 2K. I hate what this company has done to their basketball product. I hate what they continue to do to this community. I love basketball, but I hate 2K. I promise you, if there was any other option, if there was any competition to 2K, I would buy it, I would play it, I would make content on it. People say stuff just because me personally, I'm more on the arcade side. I prefer arcade over simulation. People think, oh, well, just go play NBA Playgrounds. Just go play NBA Jam on your iPhone, blah, blah, blah. That's total BS, man. If you love simulation so much, turn off the PlayStation, turn off the Xbox, turn off the computer, go outside and go hoop, since you love simulation so much. People tell me I need to go play a PS4 game. I need to play the old arcade game just to have fun, man. It's just ridiculous. All right? But, like I said, I love basketball, but I hate 2K. I love basketball so much that on my PS5 Pro, I love to load up with my friends and play basketball games online with my friends. It's fun. Just like I love to go to the park. I love to go to the gym and hoop with my friends in real life. So I love basketball. But the stuff that this developer team is doing to the only basketball product on the game, it's not okay. And I can't just sit by and not say nothing about it. Here's the thing, y'all. A lot of creators, alright, a lot of them, they sell out for 2K. They glaze 2K. You guys saw I got banned on Reddit. You guys saw how the developers feel about me, right? And the sad reality is that a lot of content creators, a lot of people, period, they would choose to sell out than stand up and do what's right. They would choose to sell out than to stand up for the truth, for what's right. And for me personally as a man, like I said, let's just call a spade a spade. Let's just be honest and have integrity, have accountability as a man. For me personally, I could not work for 2K knowing the stuff that they do. I'm doing this all in one take, okay, because it's that important. Me personally as a man, I could not work for 2K, sign an NDA, not speak the truth just for a little bit of clout, just for a little bit of money, all right, just for a little bit of views, a little bit of content, okay? I'm not that type of man. Even in the Bible, Jesus Christ himself says, what doth it profiteth a man to gain the whole world but lose his own soul? If you're a content creator, you're signing these non-disclosure agreements, you're glazing 2K just for the chance to go to community day, just for the chance to get a logo, the chance to be featured on 2K TV, whatever. And you're lying to the people that made your platform what it is. You're lying to yourself as a man. You have no integrity. You have no accountability. You have no room to sit here and judge other people to play holier than thou. All right? Because you're a sellout. You're a grifter. And that to me is the most insane part of this whole debate. People with 10 times more subscribers than me. People with 1 million subscribers. All right? Some of the biggest names in this 2K community are some of the fakest, some of the grimiest, some of the slimiest people. I don't mean just players, content creators. No, I mean people. As a man, what you're choosing to do is wrong. And so I can't stand for that, y'all. People say, why do we complain about the game? Why do we critique the game? It's because I care about the game. I want the game to be better. I care about the game more than Mike Wang does, and that's a problem. I promise you guys, if I was the head gameplay developer of 2K, I could make a better product than what they're releasing right now. But a lot of these people, they don't even play the game, and if they do play the game, they're casuals at it. So like I said, they don't understand all this stuff that's going on. They don't understand engagement optimized matchmaking. They don't understand RNG. They don't understand dynamic difficulty adjustment. They think it's just a skill issue. It's a skill gap. Yes, there's a skill gap in the game, y'all. But a lot of this stuff is not about skill. All right, there's a skill gap, there's a skill issue when it comes to the developers doing the right thing, making a good product, making a great product, not just a good game. They need to make a great game for the only game that's licensed to carry the NBA name, the NBA product. The only company that's licensed to make an online virtual basketball game with the NBA attached to it. You have the responsibility, Mike Wang, to make a great product. Not just a good game, not a half-assed broken game like we have here in 2K25, but a great product with a monopoly on basketball video games. You guys have the responsibility, the obligation to deliver on that, to fix the game, to make a great game. All right? But like I said, when they try to design the game for everybody, when they put low risk in the game, when they put RNG in the game, engagement optimized matchmaking in the game, they try to do something for everybody and it ends up doing nothing for nobody. When they try to appease everybody, it ends up with nobody being appeased. That's part of why the 2K League failed. Why do you guys think that Proving Grounds, the competitive mode, sucks? It's on purpose. A lot of this stuff isn't hard to fix, man. It's a basketball game. It's not rocket science. People are saying stuff like, it's impossible for the devs to release a good game. No, it's not. If they truly cared, they would. If Mike Wang actually cared, he would make a better game. If the Czar actually cared, if Evan actually cared, they would do better. But they don't care. All they care about is money. They don't care about doing the right thing as men. And that's just the cold hard truth. They don't care about making the best product, doing the best that they can out of their lives. They care about making money more. And that's just the sad reality. But all of this stuff is designed this way on purpose, you guys. The engagement optimized matchmaking, the low risk, the RNG, it's all designed this way on purpose. Like I said, they got rid of the 2K League on purpose because this game, 2K as a whole, is not designed to be competitive. It's not designed with competitive philosophies in mind where the best players win, where the best strategies will win. It's not designed that way on purpose. They don't get any views on the 2K League on purpose because people are watching this, and the best, most competitive way is the exploitative, cheesy way. And they leave these exploits in the game. They leave the cheese in the game. They don't fix it on purpose, okay? But the NBA wasn't having that. You're going to tie our name to this competitive league and you're view botting on Twitch just to get 10K viewers in the 2K League finals. It's ridiculous, all right? We can see when something is truly a good product versus when it's not. You can even just feel it. You can feel the difference, all right? Why do you guys think that Proving Grounds has been broken since day one and it's still broken right now, y'all? It's because 2K, the developers, they don't care about the competitive part of this community. Like I said, we're always going to spend money. We're always going to buy VC. We're always going to be doing this and doing that. The competitive side, the engaged players, we're always going to be active, right? But they're doing all this for the casuals. They make more money off the casuals. They're trying to expand their market for the casuals, for the kids, for the old heads, for the sim heads. And that is part of why the community is dying. That's part of why the community is dead. Because there's people like me, there's people like So, there's people that remember what 2K was. We remember how it used to be, how it was really way better, inarguably. But the developers design it this way on purpose because they don't care. They don't care about doing the right thing. They don't care about making a great product. They don't care about anything other than making money. And they can make money any way they want to, any way possible, by any means necessary, then that's how they'll do it. Okay? It's sad that they don't love basketball, man. And there's people who say, well, just like the game for what it is. Accept it for what it is. It is what it is. They're always going to have exploits in the game, blah, blah, blah. There's always never going to be a perfect game, which I don't believe. I think if they actually cared, they could make a great game. They could make a great game with no exploits, no cheese, the perfect game. If they really wanted to, they would do it. But there's people who say, I just play the game for what it is. I don't worry about all the exploits, blah blah blah, all the flaws in the game. I just accept it and take it for what it is, and I still play the game. If you can accept them doing the wrong thing, if you can just see somebody doing evil and you look the other way, you turn away, you know, you see all this engagement optimized matchmaking, EOMM, DDA in the game, and you're just, oh, whatever, I'm just gonna not say nothing, I'm just gonna stick my head in the sand and not say nothing, not do anything. Especially as a content creator, that's sad to me. You are sad. That's pathetic. That's pitiful. All right, because even like Laker fan, he posted on Twitter the other day. He was saying all this stuff at Community Day. He was trying to give them advice, trying to give his opinion, and nobody would listen to him. The developers wouldn't listen to him, right? Does this even matter? Does us coming online, talking about the game, critiquing the game, does it even matter? Is it even going to make a difference? So here's what I'm going to say. Yes, it does matter. It does make a difference. Getting your voice out there does matter. Standing up for what's right does matter. However big, however small, it does matter. It does have an impact. I know for a fact the developers see stuff like this. They watch my videos. They see what I'm posting on Reddit. They see what I'm posting on Twitter, y'all. I'm not going to waste my time going through Discord. You guys see this stuff already, Evan. You see it already, Mike Wayne. You see it already, Ronnie. All right, so the developers see this. And if they can't do the right thing, they need to step down. Maybe they need to go on strike. Maybe it's the executive team. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know what's going on at that headquarters. I don't know what's going on with that dev team. I don't know what's going on with those executive teams. But I know that it's wrong. I know that what's going on up there isn't right. And I know that I can't support it and stay silent about it. Like I said, I love basketball. I'm always going to play a basketball game. But I'm never going to be okay with them doing evil, with them doing the wrong thing. I'm never going to be okay with bad gameplay, with bad gameplay mechanics, with evil, okay? A lot of this stuff is pure evil. Straight up, let's call a spade a spade. A lot of the stuff that they're doing for these kids, to these casual players, all right, it's evil. They do whatever they can to manipulate you to spend money, to manipulate your pockets. All right, and they do whatever they can to take shortcuts on the game. They do whatever they can to lead glitches and exploits in the game and don't fix the game. They do whatever they can. Mike Wang does whatever he can to market this game, and then once the game is out, he's gone. He doesn't talk about the game no more. He doesn't tweet about the game. He doesn't do any type of videos about the game. He doesn't interact at all with the community. That's who we're talking about here, and it's wrong. No way to spin it. It's just wrong. Okay, look at that fluke by my boy Monty. That was a crazy steal. Great steal, man. But we're coming to the end of this video, man. TLDR, too long, don't read. There's a lot of flaws in this game. There's a lot of flaws with this community. There's a lot of flaws with the people that play this game. And there's a lot of flaws with the people that make this game. But we can't stand up and support doing the wrong thing, y'all. We have to stand up for what's right. We have to do what's right, y'all. So like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications, y'all. Go down to the comments, man. Comment game. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, comment game. You guys see I just hit that game winner. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on YouTube, y'all. Make your opinion be known, you guys. Comment down below. Am I just tripping? Am I capping, yapping this whole time? Or is this some real stuff? Alright, because like I said, it's about time that we be honest about this game. It's time that we be honest about this community. It's time that we be honest about this development team. Alright, because a lot of this stuff is unacceptable. I can't stand by and accept this and not talk about it and not say something about it. That's just not who I am as a man, y'all. You feel me? But like I said, man, like the video, subscribe. Make sure to join my Discord, y'all. If you guys want to run with me, this game was all with subscribers from my Discord, you guys. So join my Discord. You might just see a game winner. You know what I'm saying? Hope you guys have a blessed rest of your day. And peace.